Every time, every day, we're always saying that organic farming is the way to go. Of course, not every plant can be fed to animals. Not every plant you see is an organic carb for your animals. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the plant that you should never touch to give your hens, or to give to your chickens, or to give to your pigs, even if it is the most available plant, even if it remains alone in this world. Never give it to your animals. And what plant is that? This is the castor plant, where we make the castor oil, the beneficial castor oil. But the dangerous plant that produces that oil is here. So please, if it's your first time here, please subscribe. We're going to set this video till the end. Watch it and we shall share with you everything up to the end. Recently, many people are approaching me about prolapse. Prolapse is one of the worst diseases in your birds. And especially if you are a new farmer and your birds are not having enough conducive environment for them to lay eggs, you get a lot of prolapse. You're either giving them wrong feeds, or maybe there is cannibalism in the birds. And this is a plant that has the magical benefits of wound healing. How? The castor oil out of this plant, the castor oil itself, has the highest properties of wound healing. It is an anti-inflammatory plant. It has some anti-inflammatory properties. So in this video, I shall share with you why to never feed your birds with castor plant, or castor leaves, or castor seeds. But why should you have this plant in your compound? What is it for? Castor plants are found in all areas of the world. They grow everywhere. This is a plant that can grow almost on a rock. It can grow in a swamp, it can grow in a hill, it can grow in a hot environment, it can grow in a cold environment. Wherever you put this plant, it grows. However, this plant is dangerous. No animal eats it. No animal. If any animal eats this plant, straight they get diarrhea. If the animals eat this plant, to the worst of all, they even die. It has the highest acidity in any plant I've ever seen. It has the acidity in it, the toxicity in it, the ricin in it. Disorganizes digestion in a way that there is nothing in the stomach that will ever stabilize again, and the animal dies. So this plant, whether it is in a powder form, whether it is in a liquid form, whether it is in a green form, whether it is in a wheat form, in a seed form, in any form, it will kill your birds. So please avoid giving such plants which you don't know to your birds. I've already shared with you that there are plants we use to boost immunity, to boost egg production, the plants we use to control diseases, the plants we use to treat diseases. But this one, I have never told that this castor can treat any disease. It's actually used by professionals who know what to do. We only use the oil. Of course, with human beings, you know, this is good for our hair growth. It is good for the smoothening the face, all that. But this is a dangerous plant. Extraction of oil is done professionally. And when we extract the oil, the residues can be fed maybe to animals, but it has to be done with a lot of caution, because this is an acidic plant. Very acidic. If you don't know this plant, look at the leaves. These leaves these are like common plants. You may have seen it in your place, you may not have seen it, but I'm telling you, never use this plant in your garden or in your farm to feed your birds. I give my pigs evergreens, but this one I've never. I give my birds evergreens, but I've never given them this one. It is very toxic, and the birds are aware. They don't eat it. They don't. It's like looking at some of the toxic plants. There are plants I will be giving you videos soon of all the toxic plants around, which grow with us, which are living with us, but they are very toxic. So please take caution. This is not a good plant to give to your birds. In addition to inhibiting the DNA synthesis, this plant inhibits protein synthesis in the animals. So if any plant if this plant is eaten by any animal, let it be a bird, let it be maybe a cow or a goat or a pig, there is no survival. Of course, as I'm saying, they are aware of it. You see, it looks nice. It is always in green form. It starts as when it is young, You can see the height of this one. It starts as a small plant from a seed. It has parts which are like those of sugarcane. As you can see here, let me cut this one and I show you properly. As you can see, it looks like a sugarcane. So it has some funny white color. Hmm? When the branches have holes in them, there should be some holes here, but I don't see the holes. These are leaves, not branches. The leaves are as long as almost a branch. Then the branch has these parts which look like sugarcane, but you're going to be tempted to eat them because this is an acidic plant. These are some rare species of plants which are really acidic. With such plants, it's either you know or you don't know. Doing herbal or organic farming needs you when you are aware of what you're doing. It needs when you know what you're doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, consult us. Always consult us. My number is +256 70056 4311. And when you call me and I don't pick your calls, you can WhatsApp me. I'll always answer you. Such a plant in your garden may not be necessary for your animals at all. Because like me, I have it specifically for maybe taking the plants, I mean the batoke plants, because when the wind comes, we have to give them that support. And as you can see, this plant, as it grows, it has branches which usually come automatically that they can support the banana plantation or the banana plant, because we just put it in like in the neck of a plant, and that's what we use them for. We also use them sometimes for firewood, but these are not very necessary to be having in your garden. These are really dangerous plants. They have a type of alkaline that is called ricin. Ricin, and we can call it ricinin or ricin. These ones, they cause a lot of seizures. And you know, when something has a seizure, like a human being or a bird, it means it's like sort of fainting. Once you give them to your birds, and then they're affected by that acidity, they all get seizure. That means they are dying. So you have to avoid giving your birds such a plant because they lead to death. And once something has lost the protein synthesis, there is no you can grow. The protein, remember, it is a bodybuilding food. And once it is distorted, the bird will die. So much as we encourage you to use herbs, herbals, greens, organic, this is not part of what we encourage you to use. There are other plants that we have. By the way, you say use them in moderation. Things like tobacco. If you don't give them in moderation, they will always die. Even if you give them the banana stems or banana leaves, they have also too much fiber. Whatever you do it in moderation. But I have been giving my birds things like yams, skuma wiki, of course, banana leaves. We have what we call Russian cornflower, what we call maybe purple leaves, all of those, the bitter leaf. But this one, I've never told you to use it. And please, don't always say that Kataps uses greens, uses herbs, everything. No. There are things we don't use also us, that we know they will not work for us. This is not edible. By the way, animals are clever. No animal eats it. Whether it's a pig, or a hen, or a goat, or a cow, nothing eats it. These plants, you can see their seeds, which are growing up. And of course, these are flowers. These flowers, some of them are in red color, others are in yellow color. This plant is like white, it's not white. The leaves are green. As you see it like this, it has seeds. Those seeds are those which we use to get castor oil. They are crushed and, of course, processed to get the oil. That oil is good for making the faces look smooth. They make the hair. So basically, this is a plant that is both beneficial and very acidic. Once you don't use it properly, you will get what we call the acidity part of it, and it can be so dangerous. Imagine losing 1,000 birds because you gave them a wrong plant. Remember, sometimes I crush them, or maybe I put in one basket, or one drum, then I ferment. Imagine you fermented this. What would happen? They would all die, and then you blame us. No, we always tell you what to use. Follow the videos one by one. Learn slowly. I'm 8 years with experience here. How old are you in this farming? What experience do you have? If you don't have experience, start from here. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. And if you have been here, share these videos. We don't want anybody to start farming and then end up in losses or give up. Till we meet again next time. See you. Bye-bye.